Hello everybody. I'm not much of a handyman, so please bear with me if I don't do a terribly good or technical job of describing the following item number 7 on our list of items to contemplate or consider having with you when you go into a time of crisis. I'm not the best person for this, but I think this makes a lot of sense. A set of hand tools. There's going to be a shortage of tools, and there's going to be no tool steel. So we're going to be making simple tools out of scrap mild steel that are going to be very much a C-class substitute for the real thing. Now, what is a set of tools? Where do you begin and where do you end? How many sizes of screwdriver? How many types of screwdriver heads or ends? Where do you start and where do you begin? Augers, awls. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But what I can say is this, that I might have stimulated your thinking through this list that we put together at the HQ to respond to people's queries about preparations. It's not a definitive list, it's not a perfect list, but it might stimulate your thinking if you haven't thought of it yet. And you were never going to think of it. And suddenly you realize, gee, for my needs, that thing is the first thing that I should be thinking about. Or it's one of the more important things. Now I'm going to touch briefly on item number 8, and that is a set of electrical tools. We all know full well that there's going to be a dire shortage of electricity. However, some things will have to be produced as rapidly as possible, and people who have electrical tools and a generator or a compressor in some cases will find that their tools are in great demand and that they are in great demand, and they will find that those tools are tremendously beneficial for them. In spite of whatever shortage of electricity we have, there will be a time and a place for working as rapidly as possible, as urgently as possible. Item number 9 on our list is an extension of something that we mentioned in the previous series of videos that we did some months ago on items for hoarding, and that is a manual sewing machine. Look, if you've got a generator and an electric sewing machine, good for you. If you've got umpteen solar panels and batteries and an electric sewing machine, good for you. But it's not going to be the first of the solutions, is it? And nobody will want hand sewing to be the first of the solutions. So the person who has the solution in the middle, the sewing machine, the old type that you depress, is going to be in a very good situation. They're going to be able to work much more efficiently and quickly than the person manually sewing, and they're going to be able to do so without electricity. So, and look, there's going to be a need for clothes. There's going to be a desperate need for clothes. If you are the person or the family that has a manual sewing machine, I bet you anything, you're never going to regret it. Item number 10 on our list of items for not so much hoarding, implying quantity, stockpiling, stocking up on, but having one or two of, or just one. We've spoken about a herd of goats, a flock of chickens, and vehicle spares, a solar panel or two, a set of fishing gear, and now a potter's wheel. There will be no Tupperware. There will be no Tupperware factory, there will be no Tupperware lady, and there will be no Tupperware. Sooner or later, somebody's going to wish that they could produce pottery. pottery vases and flasks and flagons and jars will be in demand. And they're not that easy to produce without a potter's wheel. That is why potter's wheels were invented by mankind and adopted universally in civilized societies thousands of years ago. So give that some thought. In fact, you know what, guys? I think that we can address item number 11 quickly here too, because it's so similar. I think we've already sketched the groundwork, the foundations for your thinking with the potter's wheel example. And we're going to go, let's do the next two. Loom, a weaver's loom, and a spinning wheel. A spinning wheel. Huh? I think that those are brilliant things, and frankly, I wish that I had the means to get them, because I just know somebody's going to want them, somebody's going to need them. Preferably within my own family, those things will be tremendously valuable. We're now on item 13 in our list of items. I think we've done about 10 videos, because in a couple of cases we were able to address 2 or 3 items in one video. But this is item number 13, and it's very different to the preceding items, which were a manual sewing machine, potter's wheel, a loom, spinning wheel. We're going to talk now about generators. Not everybody can afford them, and of course they are costly to run. But the thing about generators, when there's little to no commercial electricity available, is that generators enable you, as electric tools do, we did a video on electric tools, they enable you in a time of urgency and emergency to suddenly resort to the most power intensive, costly, but quickest, strongest solution. Won't be a solution that we can always to which we can always resort, but there will be times when we wish that we had generators more than ever for one urgent task, for some desperate need in a hospital or in a mechanic's workshop or in any number of other places. And of course, generators are not all equally expensive. A small generator can be bought for under 6,000 Rand, but let's use 6,000 Rand as a kind of a conservative fair number. And that 6,000 Rand generator can run some meaningful stuff. You know, it's putting out a few amps.